The two teachers' unions have differed over the physical transition of grade 6 pupils after their national assessment. The Kenya National Union of Teachers and the Post-Primary Teachers Union both want the 7th graders to remain under their jurisdiction. KNUT argues that moving the children to secondary schools will pose a risk to their safety, while KUPPET insists that the secondary schools are better equipped to handle the transition. Both unions, however, call for better funding of the education sector and better handling of exams. They made their views known as they made their submissions to the Presidential Working Party on education reforms. Let's get more from our very own Brenda Wanga.
With just days to the deadline of the submission of the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms Task Force report to the President, education stakeholders are rushing to hand in their views. Today, it was the turn of the teachers to give their take on the structure that the CBC should take. The differences between the teachers' unions clear as day and night. In its recommendations to the task force, the Kenya National Union of Teachers, whose membership is largely drawn from primary schools, and the Kenya Post-Primary Union of Teachers, KUPPET, clashed over where the pioneer grade 6 should go after their assessment.
Junior secondary be domiciled in primary schools, and we shall refer to the junior secondary as intermediate, because questions are lingering about why do we have senior primary. Senior that actually comes in after junior. So we are saying don't refer to this as junior secondary.
Junior secondary school is a secondary school curriculum, and in that respect it is best placed in the secondary school. And it is also premised on the aspect that secondary schools are already preparing to have them. Our primary schools do not have the necessary competencies.
NAT arguments against moving the 6th graders to high school are also based on age, with the union insisting that it is imprudent to mix the children aged between 11 to 14 years with those aged from 15 to 19 years in the same premises, a fact disputed by the rival union.
Somebody who is going to standard 7 or grade 7 is a very old person. Personally, I went to Form 1 when I was 13.
The two unions, however, agree on the need for a uniform approach to the assessment and administration of the exams by the National Examination Body, especially for the grade 6 pupils, with NAT suggesting that the assessments for the CBC be localized through sub-county and county assessment committees. At the same time, NAT wants the CBC curriculum to be broadened to include moral and community service education, but at the same time, parental engagement be reduced to lessen financial burden on parents.
We propose that based on conditions.
KUPPET, on the other hand, wants the government to increase funding for the education sector, to increase the number of teachers who should also be retrained to move with the advances in technology within the education sector. The Working Party says its report will be ready in early December and is expected to shape the next phase of the implementation of the CBC system, amongst other reforms in the education sector. Brenda Wanga, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
All right, Brenda, thanks so much for that. At the same time, President